Hello and welcome to Love Anything Art. Today I'll show you how I made these 3 different patterns. I'm going to use these colors of clay. You can use whatever colors you'd like. I just thought all these looked really good together. But we will make a large Skinner blend, and it'll be really easy, I promise. Just cut off a section of each of these colors, or whatever colors that you choose. I have rolled out an even-sized ball of each of these colors, and then I will roll it into a teardrop shape, one end being quite a bit larger than the other. And then just gently flatten it with your finger. Try to make them all about the same width and thickness. If you don't, it is okay. It'll just kind of make everything a little bit more uniformed and easy. Place them all side by side. Then just use your fingers and pinch out the ends and make them a little bit flatter and to join all of the colors together. Just going to lift it up from my surface and flip it over on the other side and kind of do the same thing. I was always really terrible at making Skinner blends, but I have been practicing, so this is the easiest way that I have found. Just use your roller and gently flatten, and I'm going to use the pasta machine. I do find that this makes a better Skinner blend. You can do it by hand, it just takes a lot of time and effort. But you'll just put it through there long ways so it stretches out the colors a little bit, and then fold them in half so the same color is to the same color, blue to blue, green to green, light green to light green, and then you'll put it back down in there with the sandwich folded side down, and then just bring it through there, and this will help keep the air bubbles out and pressed up towards the surface every time you put it down in there. This will take probably about 40 to 50 times, depending on how smooth you want your color transitions. But basically, you're just going to keep folding in half, placing it inside of the pasta machine. And this is probably after about 10 to 15, maybe 20 times. It's getting the colors blended very nicely. And I'll keep going until I have the color blend that I want. I do want the transitions to be fairly smooth. And I am almost there, just a couple more times through the pasta machine. And it's actually kind of fun just putting it through the pasta machine and rolling it and folding it in half. And then you get something very pretty. Love the way the colors blended together. Oh yeah. I do have it on the thickest setting, and I put it down 1 notch to the next thinnest setting. I'll run it through the pasta machine to elongate it a little bit, and then go down 1 more notch and keep going. I would recommend doing 1 notch at a time, otherwise your clay will come out very wobbly, and you don't like wobbly clay, trust me. So this is my piece. It's still pretty thick, but I did elongate it, so I have lots of clay to work with. I have rolled out a long tube shape of clay, going from thick to thin, and I'm going to need 2 of these. So I have my other ball of clay, and I will do that in a moment. You do want to make sure that the length is the same length as your beautiful Skinner blend you made, so you get all those colors on there. Just gently roll it out. It actually doesn't take any time at all, really. Make sure that they are about the same length. take one of them and place it on your beautiful Skinner blend. Roll it up, cut off any excess, which will be a lot. And then just gently roll. You want to join all of the pieces together and also elongate it a little bit. I did the same thing with the second one. I will twist these two together. You want the plump side to the plump side and the thinner side to the thinner side. Also, the colors will match up. You could do it the other way and have the thin to the thick side and thick to the thin. You might come out with something very pretty, but this is what I did with mine. But you know what? You experiment and you do what you need to do. Once I've twisted it up, I want to make sure everything is joined. Then I will take the thinner side and start curling it up. And around and around and around, and you'll keep going until you get to the very end. Just kind of press in as you're going also. This will help start to join the clay together. You could actually leave it like this and come up with something, maybe a very large pendant, or you could probably make a coaster out of that. I don't know. It's just very pretty. You could probably leave it like that. Woo, frisbee. Or, do whatever you want with it. But I will move on and show you what I'm going to do. Just gently start pinching it together and joining everything, trying to work out any cracks and smooth it all together. Then gently start rolling very slowly, very softly, flipping and turning as you go, being sure to flip over also to the back side and do that too. You do want it to be pretty thick at this point because we are going to start shaving off the top layer of both sides of this clay. Just use the edge of your tissue blade. Make sure it's nice and flat on your surface. And then just gently start taking away pieces and save those because, man, they make beautiful earrings and jewelry and whatever scrap clay project you want to make. But keep going, just shaving off very gently. If you find that you've shaved off too much, you could always remove your tissue blade and press the clay back down and then start reshaving. I'm going to take a piece of paper and just lightly burnish my piece. Take out any marks that may have been left by me or my tissue blade. I do want it to be pretty smooth. Ooh, it's very pretty. And then I did the other side also. Gently roll it to flatten just a little bit. And again, burnish. Once it's all smooth, I'm going to use this bowl. It's very old and chipped. And I will place my clay on the bottom side so that it can bake and keep its shape. Just place it over the bowl and gently start pulling it so that it's nice and tight and flat over that bottom piece. And then you can start bending and shaping your corners and sides, make it look however you want. Foldy, bendy, crunchy, crispy, whatever. And I had a little bit of a little tear right there. Just use my finger. It's all good now. Then you can put it in the oven and bake it, and then just resin it. Baked and resin and finished. I do like the way this looked. There's just one little spot on here that I don't really like the way it looked, and I could have cut it off, but it's all good. I'm going to use this as just a little dish for catching things on my desk here, on my work surface. And that is the little spot I don't like. But overall, I do like this, and I've never made a bowl plate thing before, so I hope you liked it. For the second idea, I'm using the rest of the clay that we made in the first project. So using the Skinner blend, I'm going to gently roll up the sides, just starting on one side, and going very slow. I don't want any air bubbles in here. Just rolling it up, rolling it up. Sorry. Just keep rolling and rolling. Very gently, as you can see, and very slowly. Once you have it as thick as you want, just cut off any of that excess, just like this. Boop. Put that aside for another beautiful thing. And just gently roll to connect all your pieces together and get rid of that seam. And I will make a second one. Doing the same thing, rolling, rolling, rolling. Now that I have two about the same size, going from thick to thin, I have rolled out a piece of white clay as thin as I could with my pasta machine. And it did start to get a little bit wobbly, and that's how I know that I cannot go any thinner in that machine. But it's okay, it's pretty thin, it's what I want. I will take one of my strips of clay and roll it up in the white clay. And cut away all of the excess. Start pinching the seams together and then rolling it, making sure everything is smooth and together. You don't really want to make it any longer than it currently is, so just gently roll to smooth it all out. And again, we will twist it, small side to small side and bigger side to bigger side. And you want to twist this pretty tightly. You can go through once and twist it and then come back and start to twist it again. Just keep going and going. And then just start to curl it up just like we did in the previous project. And I do want to take a moment to welcome everybody back. I'm so glad that you have joined me for this video. And if you are new here, please consider hitting that subscribe button. We'd love to have you. And if not, I hope you enjoyed this video anyway. Maybe give it a thumbs up. I would appreciate it. I have rolled it up. I'm going to cut off the excess thicker part of the clay. And then just gently flatten it a little bit. And then shave off the top layer, just like we did in the previous one. This one did not want to stick to my work surface, so I had to hold it very gently and start sawing off pieces. And it's already so pretty. Just keep going. You'll want to shave off the top side, the back side, and also the sides. And I do like the way that looks. And then gently start shaving away the sides. Keep all of those scraps. You never know when you're gonna need those. And then just start smoothing out the sides again. Making it nice and smooth, taking away all the lumps and bumps. And then you can just use your finger and also smooth it out. And I'm going to smooth out the sides, just make it a nice kind of roundish piece. And I did put resin on it after baking. And this is it baked, resined, and assembled. Just a very simple necklace. It looks like the ocean. I hope you enjoyed this video and this tutorial. I do have one more idea for you. I hope you stick around and check that out. And this is the rest of that twisted up piece from a moment ago from the second project. I will further twist and distort it. Just twisting, twisting, twisting. And then also roll in between twisting. This will elongate your piece just a little bit. And also keep your piece all together and smooth out all of the seams. We'd like to smooth the seams here. And then get all twisty with it again. Start twisting and twisting and twisting. You'll come to realize that I do like to make swirly things. Mix and swirl. Then I will flatten with my handy dandy acrylic roller. Then just get to rolling and flattening. And again, press it against your work surface and gently start shaving it off. Just like that. Keep all those pieces, guys. You're gonna love them. Also, at the end I will show you what I made with all of my little scrappies. I hope you stick around and check that out. And again, as always, we do like our piece to be well burnished. Just give it a nice gentle burnishing. Checking your progress as you go. Don't want to make your piece too flat. And this is my piece. I'm going to take a cutter and this handy dandy beautiful mold shapes. You do want your cutter to be about the size of whatever shape you're cutting out. So just decide where you're going to place your cutter on there. And that took me a few minutes because I'm very indecisive. And I like right there. Cut that away. And you will need to stretch it out just a little bit because my cutter wasn't quite as big as my shape. But there we go. Put it in there. And I didn't want to stick it first, but very gently start pressing it inside of there. And I will make another one with a smaller circle cutter for a smaller seashell. Again, you'll just need 2 shapes for that. Cut those out. And we'll use those in a moment. Stretch them out with your fingers. Place it in your mold. And you'll want to make 2 of these so you can have a pair of earrings. And then I took the rest of that scraps from just a second ago. Rolled it out very thin. Cut out a circle shape. The same size as my mold. And I'm going to place it on the back side. That way I have a very thin seashell, but the pretty design is on both the front and the back. So it looks pretty when it's hanging from your ears or around your beautiful delicate neck. And then just very gently pop them out. You'll see they're nice and thin. I really like that instead of it being like a thick, full mold piece. And my mold doesn't quite make a beautiful design when it comes out, so I'm just going to finish indenting and making it more prominent around the edges for those seashell design. It does add quite a bit of character to the piece. Just go around all of the edges there. And then also on the bottom side, you want to make sure you got your indents on there. You can also shave away any little pieces that might be around the edges that you don't like. I did not resin these. I thought they looked beautiful, just natural, and I didn't really need to. So I made the necklace, the seashell necklace, and then the seashell earrings. I hope you enjoyed this third tutorial. And this next clip here is all of the little molds pieces that I made from my leftovers. And I will make those into earrings and necklaces, and they will be listed on my Etsy shop. And these are some other things that I actually already put together. Some earrings. These little heart earrings, I like those, they're so cute. And then I made a seashell, and that will be a charm for a necklace. And I did put some paint on there to bring out the, ooh, there we go, little designs and cracks that are in the mold that you don't get to see. And then again, I put some paint on the back of this turtle. And then I made this fish, and again, I used the black paint to bring out all of the little fins, decorations, and stuff. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching. Bye!